A home in Florida doesn't have to be as complicated as you think. You can actually transfer ownership just by signing a special deed and having it notarized.
People usually do that in cases of divorce or giving a home to their relatives, but beware of potential scams to cheat you. Investigative reporter Terry Parker here to explain how the same process can make you vulnerable to unknowingly signing away your home. Terry?
Todd and Felicia, that's what a senior homeowner in Fort Pierce says happened to him.
I'm reading super chats throughout the show. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
According to court documents, he signed away his home for $10. Now he's being evicted and has no place to go. I looked into his story to see how it happened.
Let me read this really quickly. Gigi says, hey, Anton, I sent you a DM on this story because the person they are painting to be the bad guy is my boyfriend. Okay. And the story was painted wrong. I was there and have the facts. Carlton has the facts. Hey, Gigi, if your boyfriend want to come on the show, let me know and I'll drop the link in the description and he'll be able to come up and defend himself. How about that? Let me check my DM before I even play this because I'm a cool dude. See, for me, it's not just about, I didn't know he was your boyfriend. If he wants to come up on the panel in order to have this conversation with me, I'm going to drop the link for you, okay? Just tell him to come up. Tell him to come up. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you. I ain't even going to send no, I'm going to check your DM shortly. Hold on. That way you have the opportunity to be able to defend yourself. There you go. There you go, Gigi. Look at Gigi defending her man. We need women like that. We need women like Gigi to be able to defend her. I'm not even going to play it yet. I'm going to give him the opportunity to be able to come on down to The Price is Right and see what the word is. So while I'm waiting on him to be able, and he got to come on camera. All right, there's Carlton. All right, so Carlton, I'm about to bring you up, big dog. Let me move this down here.
And to show you what you need to be careful of.
Let me pause that. Move this down here, big dog. I'm about to pull you up. Let's see. What up, big dog? Turn down the stuff in the back down. Turn down the stuff in the background. You turn it down. All right, cool.
Turn that down. My bad.
Let me move it.
There you go. All right, we turn it down.
All right, big dog. What's happening? Is Carlton?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
I see you, Carlton, with the good hair over there.
Hey, man. It's in my genes. It's in my DNA. That's all I can say. My daddy and my granddaddy blessed me.
Yo, Carlton, man, they out here killing your name, big dog.
Yeah, hey, 100, man. Thanks for letting me come on. I mean, you could play the story and we could go through it together. And I just, let me just say this. The news let me talk on this story for about 20 seconds. I literally, when we met, I talked for 5 minutes. They aired none of my side of the story. So,
all right, so I'm gonna play the story.
And
I'm gonna play the story, and then I'm gonna let you come back and then be able to say whatever it is that you want to say as a result of it. Okay?
Okay, rebut everything. That's cool.
Yep. All right, bet. So I'm gonna minimize this. I'm gonna maximize this, and then I'm gonna play the story, and then you can come back and say what you want to say.
Okay.
Claude Fry is selling his mother's trinkets in his driveway, hoping to make a little cash. So you consider this your home?
Yes.
After 23 years of living here, Fry is being evicted because somehow Fry signed over the deed to his house for a mere $10, a house that just sold to a third buyer for $185,000.
Like I said, everybody's just been taking advantage of me because I'm just that kind of nice guy, you know.
Neighbor Vince Erico says when he found out Fry was being evicted, he looked up the property records.
There's definitely something wrong there. And he gets nothing. I think he got $1,500.
In 2020, Fry's mom died, and he says he got behind in the mortgage.
I would have never probably got behind so bad if it wasn't for my mom dying and me being the only one here, and I took it really
Now,
hard.
Carlton, before I continue to play this, what you doing business with people with no teeth?
Bro, you gotta. Hey, you an investor, bro. You gotta get the deals how they come, man. But
All right, hold on,
let me
hold on.
just. Oh.
Let me finish playing the video. All right, let me finish playing the video. We're going to come through, Carlton. Hold on.
The bank foreclosed, and Fry asked a man he knew for help. He says in 2021, Thomas Brinson promised to take over the mortgage payments. So Fry signed a deed transferring the property to Brinson for $10. And Brinson would let Fry live in his house. But later, court filings would say that Fry didn't realize what he was signing.
Once I signed paper, and I didn't realize that gave him the right to sell it and evict me.
Brinson says the house and Fry were a headache, too much stress and money. So 6 months later, Brinson signed the house over to Carlton Darville, a real estate investor. Darville won't say how much he paid Brinson. This recorded deed shows a payment of $10 and other good and valuable consideration. Then, in December 2022, Darville flipped the house, selling it for $185,000 to a New York-based LLC, according to county records. When Fry hadn't vacated by January 25th, the new owner filed for eviction. Fry's neighbor, Erica, responded to the eviction complaint on Fry's behalf. He wrote to the court that Fry is a mentally disabled senior citizen who had been coerced into quit claiming his home, adding that Fry was lied to about the paperwork for the deed transfer.
So this is the neighbor that's saying this.
Which is illegal, yeah. The legal, the neighbor, yeah. Totally illegal.
All right, so let me go ahead, because the video ain't that long, so it's only a little bit more.
And really had no idea he was signing away his home. Erica's court filing does not specify the persons responsible for this alleged coercion and lying.
So he could have at least put the house up for sale, priced it cheap, and at least got something. Now he's got nothing.
The man who purchased the home from Brinson and made a big
Woo!
profit on Fry's
Look at that swag. They got you coming out with the shirt all pressed up. You got your chain on.
Yeah. Hey, you know I was marketing, bro. That's my YouTube channel. I was marketing at the same time. So
Okay, I got you.
house. Carlton Darville says he did nothing wrong.
It might seem a little murky, but that's the nature of our business.
Darville says if he hadn't come along, the bank would have foreclosed on Brinson and evicted Fry anyway. After purchasing the property from Brinson, Darville gave Fry $1,500 on January 1st to turn over the keys, with another $1,500 if Fry vacated the house by January 18th, which Fry did not do.
But ethically,
Yes.
are you doing the right thing, Carlton?
Ethically, I'm 100% clear because, again, I never coerced.
I will say, let me say this before you even start talking. I will say that
all right.
I don't like it when they chop up content, because then it removes the entire context behind what it is that you were saying. And that's why I'm glad that you're here, because I want to get your perspective on the whole thing. But I do see that they started chopping up what it is that you said in between in order to be able to make their story. But let me finish. Let me go ahead and play the rest of this.
Absolutely.
Mr. Fry, I never swindled him, never forced him. He wasn't incoherent when he signed the deed over to whoever.
Last month, the court ordered that Fry's eviction may move forward, finding there was no evidence of wrongdoing. Darville says Fry should have consulted a lawyer.
But the crucial mistake, the unwise, bad decision that Claude made in 2021, he signed it away.
And now Fry has some advice.
Don't sign anything until you're sure, or have a lawyer look into it. I didn't have a lawyer, he did.
All right, so.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this,
In his court filing, Erica wrote to the judge that the case is currently under investigation. When asked about this, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office provided us with a redacted police report regarding a possible fraud case, but said since it's ongoing, they can't comment. No charges.
all right, so, all right. Based off of this and what's being said on this, they saying that it's not necessarily illegal what you did, but it's not necessarily ethical either. All right, so now it's your opportunity. You got the floor. You can say whatever it is that you want to say when you want to say it.
Okay, so again, I thank you for bringing me on, man. But legally, I'm just gonna state all the legal facts because my attorney is working on this as we currently speak. Be going after the news reporter, and it's a bunch of gurus on Instagram and on YouTube putting out the story 100% false, saying I stole the house for $10. All right, let's start with some facts that they totally left out.
Mm.
When Mr. Fry was evicted, he did not own the home.
Mm.
That's fact number one. Fact number two, I didn't do any legal dealings or transaction with Mr. Fry. I purchased the house from another investor.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let's start on the first one. So you said when he was
Okay.
evicted, he didn't own the home,
No, he signed away his house June 2021.
but he signed it. Okay, so you the wholesaler.
I was wholesaling the deal, but guess what? I did not end up wholesaling. I actually purchased it with hard money.
Okay, so you had a hard money loan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for the people in the audience, I want to bring them up to speed because these are terms that you and I understand because I'm in a real estate, you in a real estate, but the general
Yep.
audience may not necessarily understand. So explain wholesaling to the audience because for a lot of people they just say it's a middleman, right? Explain wholesaling to the audience so that they can better understand what it is that you're saying.
So essentially, you are a middleman in a transaction. So if I'm the wholesaler, for instance, like this house, I wanted to wholesale it, but once I got all the facts, I'm like, no, the better play is to buy it and resell it as the actual owner. So
So
a wholesaler.
wholesaling. So let me try because we got to get a C student's perspective, right? So
Okay.
wholesaling in a nutshell, right, is finding real estate opportunities for people that then have the capital to be able to complete this real estate opportunity, and then you make profitability based off of that. Correct? In a
Yes,
general
sir.
sense, right? So what
Yep.
you're saying is that you were wholesaling, so you found the deal, but then
Yep.
instead of you wholesaling it for somebody else to do the deal you did the deal yourself by taking out a hard money loan. Now, for people
Yep.
that don't know about hard money loans, it's much different than a traditional mortgage. A hard money loan is a loan with a much higher interest rate, and you usually take out a hard money loan either for construction or to get things done on the house or to make a quick deal. But then you turn over that deal much quicker so that you can pay off the difference of the hard money loan, and then you keep the
Yep.
rest of it from a profitability perspective. Correct?
100%.
Okay, so you saying that you found the deal from a wholesaling perspective, and then instead of doing a deal like with a buyer,
Yeah.
you decided to do the deal yourself by taking out a hard money loan in order to secure the property.
Yeah. Because here's what happened in the beginning. You said I found a deal, which
Mhm.
is key. When I found a deal, you said I found the seller, right?
Mhm.
The seller was not Claude. I found the actual investor who got the property from him in 2021.
So
So
you
I
never
met with
found him.
no, I
Never dealt
met
with him.
Claude. This is how I met Claude. I met Claude the day the
Claude is the guy
investor
that ain't had no
walked.
teeth in the thing, right?
Yeah, Claude is the guy with no teeth. So I met Claude the day I met the investor at the house to walk the property to assess the repairs. That's the day I met Claude.
So Claude had already did a deal
He had did a deal a year and a half ago.
before you even came into the picture.
There you go. So I had
So who was
nothing to
the
do with a
so who was that?
so-called
So the
$10
investor is the
transaction.
person that got it for $10, or that basically got it for
Yes.
$10. Then
And see that needs to be stated too. He didn't get it for $10. He got it from Claude. I don't know what the agreement was. He told me the story. I don't know if it's true or not, but they had an agreement. He let Claude live there for free. Um, I have to throw out this fact. The reason why he reached out to this investor is because he was abusing drugs. And this is what happens on the regular. He
mm,
needed money to save his home from foreclosure. And that's what that investor did. So you can say it was he took over the mortgage payments, but it wasn't a traditional subject to. He just kind of did it organically because Claude was in a jam and was about to get evicted in 2020. So he
so
went to
the
foreclosure
investor paid off
twice.
the mortgage, did a quick claim deed.
There you go.
Investor paid off. So Claude, investor paid off the mortgage, did a quick claim deed. I'm putting the puzzle together, right?
Yep, yep,
He said, Claude, I'm gonna let you live here, but I'm gonna save the mortgage. Claude
yep,
was abusing drugs, according to the person, right?
yep. Oh,
You
he
came,
was.
you came along and from a wholesaling perspective, interacting with the investor, and you never even interacted with Claude in the first place.
No, the only time I interacted with Claude is when I found out that the investor actually owned the house because we had to go through the probate to make probate documents to make sure Claude actually signed it over 100% because his ownership, he had an inheritance. It wasn't his house, it was his mom's house. So we had to verify he did have 100% ownership. Once that was verified, the other investor said, I'm ready to let it go. Claude is a headache. He don't listen. He had other legal things going on. He needed some cash, and the house was about to get auctioned for the second time. So we were
So the
looking at the
investor
clock.
was losing a house.
He was going to lose the house and get nothing.
And so that's when you came in and you said, all right,
Yep.
cool. I got a
And that's
deal
what
for you.
happened, bro.
So
And that's what
you
happened.
don't have to disclose this information, right? How much did you do the deal for?
So
You don't
when
have to
I got the
disclose it.
house,
I'm
I'm not going to
prefacing this by
disclose
saying
it.
you don't
I'm,
have to
I'm not
disclose
going to. Oh, no, I'm not going to disclose it because it's going through legal action with the news channel because they
it.
defamed me the way they chopped it up with the clickbait title about Florida man buys house for $10. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
I bought the house from the first investor for an agreed amount on a quick claim deed.
So basically,
So
you
yep,
took over complete control of the property, and then you move and you got ownership, and whatever it is that they set up, or however it is that he found him, or whatever, so on and so forth, they ain't had nothing to do with you.
exactly, bro. So once I got ownership, guess what I did? I said, wait a minute. I was gonna wholesale this to my buddy because I have a partner in the game. But I said, nah, bro, let's do it this way. I'm gonna buy the house and we'll do a real transaction. I'll sell it to you for the low and at a lower price. I don't have to give you the wholesale price, and I'll make a nice amount of money, and you still gonna have enough meat on the bone because I wholesaled it to him,
Yeah.
to the third guy.
Yep.
So that's
I
what
don't.
happened, bro.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't see, based off of what you're telling me, I don't see anything wrong.
Thank you. And people
And
don't.
that's,
And
I'm gonna be real because you know me. I straight up will hold people accountable and things like that. And I'm gonna still give people the game, or maybe you can even give people the game. But if you found the deal from the investor that was losing a house, whatever Carlton had going on because he was, a drug addict and he was losing the house in the first place, and he had already did the deal with the investor that you then did a deal with because he was losing the house, that ain't got nothing to do with you.
exactly. Now check this part out. Claude was still living there, and I, as a perk or as to make it convenient for the first investor, I said, "Don't worry about Claude, bro. Right now, he's legally just a holdover tenant. I'll handle him." So that's where you get the $1,500 from at the end. I
Ah,
was giving him cash for keys, a term in the real estate investment
yeah,
world,
yeah.
cash for
You
keys.
actually was looking out
But
for.
come on, man, and check this out. The first night I met with Claude, I said, Claude, we're gonna get a date together to get you out because you've had this pending foreclosure for almost 6 months now. And I came and I paid off the debt. We satisfied the bank. So I'm gonna still give you some time. I'm gonna work with you. I offer him 5,000. I had 5 grand in my pocket right there. He was there being counseled by his boyfriend, and his boyfriend said, "Don't do it."
No, not the boyfriend.
His boyfriend said, "Don't do it." So guess what? We left that night.
Wait, Carlton,
We
Carlton,
left.
Carlton, Carlton. Hold on.
Well, I'm giving the facts though, bro. They want the real. That's why I say all these damn gurus on social media don't even know the damn fucking story, bro. I got the
Ah,
goddamn facts. And I know you shouted out real estate trapper, but he was defaming me on that damn YouTube video. I don't
I didn't.
appreciate
I
it.
didn't know. I just seen the video. I said
Yeah,
this
no,
dude's
no,
up
no. I'm
there to
talking
react.
about real estate trapper, not you.
No, no, no. I understand what you're saying. I said I didn't know. I didn't know that you had a disagreement with him.
Bro, I seen the video. I'm like, come on, bro. How you just gonna blatantly say I scammed him for $10? You don't know the whole story, bro. So check it out. That night, I had the addendum. I'm like, Claude, sign the agreement, bro.
Hold on.
I'll
Wait,
give
wait,
him
wait, wait,
like,
wait. Carlton, Carlton. How you know it was his boyfriend?
oh, because I'm gonna tell you how. The first investor had like a personal relationship with him. So when I called him when I left the house, I said, yeah, this black dude with dreads was there and was like counseling him. He said, oh, that's his boyfriend. So that's what the first investor told me. So allegedly that was his boyfriend. Let me throw that out there. Allegedly that was his boyfriend, but that's what
Hey,
the first investor
so hold
said.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hey, Trapper, I see you in the chat, big dog. Trapper, if you want to come up, you are more than willing to be able to do so.
Yeah.
You are. Listen,
So
I'm gonna just put the link in. This is only for the real estate Trapper, nobody
okay,
else. And I'm not forcing him, so he don't have to come up if he don't want to. I'm just
that's
giving him
fine,
the
bro.
option to be able to do so.
I was just upset at him because it's like, bro, you don't have all the facts. You already know the media chop and screw stories how they want to play it, and you just saying I scammed them for $10 and I'm goofy because I went on the news. You don't know what agreement me and the news had.
Mhm.
You don't know none of that, bro. And that's all it, bro. It's a ton of gurus on Instagram right now blasting this story out, blasting me, and they don't even know the freaking facts. So let me get back to
Well,
the
but to
story.
be fair though, all Trapper have to go off of is the news story.
True, but bro, I commented. I said, bro, you don't have the facts. He
Commented
still
where?
called me goofy. He still called me goofy, and you don't know what you
Where did you? Where
was
did you
trying to
comment? At?
wholesale it.
Where did you comment at?
Hmm?
Where did you comment at?
On his YouTube, he made a YouTube video. I commented. I said, bro, you don't have the facts. Oh, you're goofy. I said, bro, I'm not goofy. If I wanted to go on the news, I had an agreement with the news because the news was going to still put the story out with or without me. And Claude went on there and said what he said anyway. But I had to come on and say my story. And guess what? They didn't air this story that I'm telling you. They just aired me saying it's a little murky, and that's the nature of our business, which is true. This is how real investors find deals.
No, no, no. Listen, based off of what you telling me, because you added additional context that the news story didn't say, I don't have any problem with the way that you did it.
Bro, I didn't buy nothing for Claude. I had no transactions with Claude. And if Claude want to claim that the first investor swindled him, guess what? The quick claim deed that he signed with the first investor, the attorney of record went on record with the news and said Claude was not incoherent, he wasn't coerced, he was in his right state of mind. Everything was 100% legitimate. He came down to the attorney's office and signed the deed over to the first investor. That was in 2021. How do I have something to do with that?
Now, but let me give Trap some rope here, right?
Okay,
All he have to go, your real beef is not with Trap.
true.
Your real beef is with the news.
Yeah, and which my attorney is handling, and I told him that, and he's just like, whatever, which is fine, bro.
So
I
but you can't
apologize.
get mad at Trap for
Okay,
just showing the story and reacting to it, because all we have to go off of, and we look at the news as a credible source, right? Obviously, because it's the news. Like nobody think that the news is just gonna completely finesse. All he did was react to something with the information that was given. Now, I don't know what y'all interaction is. I don't know if he reached out to
oh, it
you. I
was
don't know if
nothing.
you reached out to
It
him
was
or
nothing.
whatever like that. That's a whole nother conversation. But you got to give him some rope, because the same way that you holding him accountable is the same way that you complaining about the news.
Hey, well, guess what? I apologize to Real Estate Trapper if I came off wrong, but bro, you gotta understand. I hear you saying $10 scam. Instantly, I'm like, come on, man.
Well,
Like,
that's what the
you
news
ain't.
said, though. That's what the news said.
Yeah. But now, guess what? He's hearing my side, which should have aired. Everything I'm telling you, I told that news reporter Terry Parker. Everything I'm
That's
telling
why I
you,
said that your beef is with the news, though.
yeah, which my attorney is handling. So yeah, man, Claude got $1,500 because again, I quickly end the story. I offer him the 5,000 right there on the spot. His boyfriend said no.
Why did
I
his
left.
boyfriend? Why did his boyfriend say no?
You know why he said no? Because he was a realtor for a couple years and everything didn't seem legitimate. He didn't believe that Claude signed the house away. He didn't believe it. I pulled it up on my phone. I said, bro, look at the property appraisal website. Look at that date. Claude did sign it over. So he didn't believe the house was no longer owned by Claude. He didn't believe it at all. He thought Claude was still the owner. So guess what happened? I called Claude back. I left the house. He said no. I called him back. I said, Claude, I'm gonna give you $8,000 can you please leave in 30 days? He said no. So I want to say a few weeks went by. Then he finally went to an attorney, and the attorney like kind of told him like, yeah, you don't own the house anymore. Then he reached out to me and was like, well, then he was cooperating. Like, okay, I'll be out by this date. Could you please still give me some money? The kindness of my heart, bro. On that addendum, you can see I gave him $3,000 in 2 installments. So I gave him 1,500, and then a week later he was gonna get another 1,500. But when we went to give him the other 1,500, he started acting crazy again. He's like, I'm not moving nothing, and you're gonna have to evict me. And this one he thought he can sue us and get the house back. But I said, bro, you can't sue me. I don't no longer own the house. My partner owns the house now. So that's why he got evicted. I didn't evict him. My partner evicted him. The one who bought it, the third party, the last party to buy it, he evicted him. So that's how the story ended, bro.
Okay, so let me pull this one guy up really quickly. I seen
Okay,
Trap.
go ahead.
I seen Trap in the back, but Trap dropped off by mistake. Yo, y'all drop the link in the chat back for the real estate trapper real again, so he can pull back up.
Okay.
I did see him drop up in the chat. I'm trying to figure out what this guy. Who is this guy? Is this Gerard?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word?
What's the word? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Woo!
What do you
That's
mean?
cold blooded.
Plain and simple. Because realistically, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
What he
I
did
agree.
is
I agree with that.
he assumed his legal right to purchase the house. Now, let me dive into that a little bit further. What if that gentleman there was white? Would we be having this conversation?
Yes,
No, we would,
yes, we would.
because what happens is a lot of
I would.
times.
Yes, I would.
You probably would, but a lot of people wouldn't, because you know what happens? Because people don't understand when you have a black man that understands the game and understands his legal right to obtain certain things and exercises those things, now people get mad. It's like that case in Texas in 2011 when that man bought that 300 some odd $1,000 house for $15, which is known as adverse possession. And the
Well, but
reason
let
why.
me stop you. Let me stop you, right? And I'm gonna tell you what the concern is with the people and why this resonates, right? Specifically with me. Now, let me preface this by saying that I don't think that he did anything wrong, and which is, I'm glad that he came up here. The other side of the conversation, though, is we always talk about ethics and doing things ethical. And the reason why it matters is because the additional context cleared his name, but more importantly, it's not just about doing a deal, it's about whether or not we're being ethical when we do the deals. So I don't
That
just
I
go, me personally, I just don't go by whether or not it's legal or not for you to be able to do something. It's a lot of legal stuff that people are able to do. And Trap, y'all drop the link in the chat for Trap again, just in case you want to come up. It's a lot of stuff that you can do that is legal that I still don't think is right. And so
that is
that was my initial reason why I was going to review this story in the first place, was not based off of whether or not it's legal, because it's not up to me to determine whether it's legal or not, but
right.
it's to have a conversation about whether it's ethical to do.
You are absolutely right, because the reason why I say
I agree with you, Anton. But see, that's
I don't
what
see
people.
I don't see anything that you did that was unethical at all.
Yeah,
Not even,
people are saying I was unethical and I should have known he was going to get anything. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute, hold the phone. So you mean to tell me if it is it unethical that he didn't pay his bills and he has an addiction, that if the bank would have auctioned
exactly,
the property,
exactly.
is the bank
Nobody would have
unethical? Is the
tripped.
bank a scumbag?
Nobody would have tripped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's what was
no,
going to happen to him.
yeah,
Well, again,
like I said.
I know Trap had pulled up. I think he had dropped up because he was on his phone. And so he
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
necessarily at the crib or nothing. But Trap had pulled up. I'm trying to stall a little bit so that I can give him some opportunity to be able to
Yeah. I mean, again,
respond.
no hard feelings
Yo,
when it comes to the real estate trapper.
thanks, Gerard. I appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man.
And hey, Anton, you got to understand, bro. This story aired on my local news Friday.
Did it?
The news reporter was begging me for like a week and a half to do the story, and I finally agreed after
So how
me
did
and
you?
her
No, no, no.
said.
Listen. You know the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know the game. How you get finessed into jumping on the news so you can outlook so you
Oh, well, this is how the finesse went down. I said, Terry, we had a conversation. I said, Terry,
that's the news reporter guy?
yes, Terry Parker, that's her right there. I said, Terry, just be clear
Hold on,
that
hold on, hold on. I'm about to pull Trap up.
okay, okay,
What up,
okay.
Trap?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, you know I'm a fan of yours, right? I love what you do, bro.
Oh yeah, I love what you do too, man. I watch all your videos.
Thanks, man. Listen, I wanted to give an opportunity for y'all to. Now you know I stood up for you, Trap, and I said, listen, he
Oh
can't
yeah,
hold you accountable for reacting to what it is that you seen on the news. And so
right.
he said, you know what, that might be true. What are your thoughts on this? I want to give y'all an opportunity because I prefer for good people, you know what I'm saying, to have good conversation and work together. And it may be a misunderstanding, but I want to give you an opportunity to be able to speak your piece too, bro.
Oh, you want me to go first?
I mean, however y'all want to have it. I'm just leaving the
No,
floor.
no, again, hey, bro, real estate trapper. I don't know your real name, bro, but look, no hard feelings. And I apologize. I know I went hard on that one comment, but it's like, damn, I know you going off the news, and Anton elaborated.
Right.
I got finessed by the news. The Terry Parker lied to me, bro. She told me, "Don't worry, I'm gonna let Claude." This is not verbatim, but what they say, paraquoting. She said, "Don't worry, I'm going to let Claude give his sob story, essentially, and then I'm going to say to Claude, but hold on, Carlton, the second investor, is saying a completely different story than yours, and it seems to check out on the property appraiser website. So what about that?" She never aired that part of the interview, bro. Only thing they aired was when I said it's a little murky. It's the nature of our business. That was all part of the
Right.
clickbait. And then at the end, I was saying he should have got legal representation, which he should have. I
I
didn't have
agree.
no dealings with that dude.
Okay, so
I
you
bought the
ain't deal
house
with him
from
at
another
all.
investor. I bought the house from another investor, bro, with hard
So
money.
the first investor that they mentioned that had it sounded like he had like a subject to style deal.
It so he's not really a subject to investor. It kind of happened organically. He said, Claude, you about to lose the house. I'm gonna catch up the mortgage. I'm gonna let you live for free. But then later in the future, we're gonna come up with a rental agreement. And he never paid nothing. And guess what? The first investor's like, bro, I'm not finna pay this freaking mortgage, bro. You supposed to be paying it. I'm gonna just let the house go into foreclosure. And that's how I
Okay,
found him on the foreclosure list.
so the first investor assigned it to you. Is that what happened? So the first investor is the
No,
one that
no,
got
no,
it
no.
assigned
He
to you.
sold it to me. He sold it to me outright.
Got you. Okay,
Quit
and
claim deed.
that's what the 185 was.
No, the 185 was to my homie, my partner. I hooked my homie
Got you.
up, bro, with a little lesser price. I said, look, bro, I could wholesale it to you and I make this amount, but let's do this. I'm gonna buy it from him outright. I'll make a little bit more money and you get more meat on the bone. So I bought the house outright from the first investor, which the first investor was facing foreclosure. And the whole $10 thing, that was a quick claim deed he did with Claude.
Right. So
But
how much money did Claude actually make?
Claude
Just the
made
3K?
$1,500, bro. But I don't know if you heard, he was not cooperating. This is part of the story that the news didn't air. We had to
Okay.
verify because Claude inherited the house from his mother. So he has three siblings. I had to verify he had 100% ownership. We had to go through probate documents from early 2000. So once we
Right.
verified, okay, Claude had 100% ownership, and he signed it over to the first investor. Then
Right.
I said, all right, check this out, bro. It's a headache. You got your own life. You can't deal with it. Here, I'll give you this amount. And that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Got you.
so at that point, I said, hey, check it out, bro. Don't even worry about Claude. Right now, he's a tenant because he don't even own the house. He signed the house away 2 years ago. Really, he's a squatter slash holdover tenant. I'm gonna give him cash for keys, bro. Make life easier for you, less headache. That's where the
Right.
whole $1,500 came in. I offered him 8,000. His boyfriend said don't take it because his boyfriend claimed he's a realtor and he know the law.
Okay.
So it's a lot of layers to it, bro. But essentially, Claude was a tenant. He never owned the house when I came in the picture. I had
So
nothing to do with
essentially,
what
you
he.
saying that by the time you came into the picture, Claude never even owned the house.
Exactly.
You
Okay.
saying that the
Got you.
news finessed you and that they only aired part of the story in order to try to paint a narrative. But then
Get
Brent Trap, he can't be held accountable either because he's going by off the limited information off the news.
Yeah, that was
true.
literally my first time seeing it. Somebody sent it to me, and then I was like, I'm gonna just do it, live on the video or whatever. And that was
I
my first time
understand.
seeing it.
Hey,
Yeah, so listen, I
hey.
mean, in my opinion, I think it could be, everybody is still cool,
Yeah,
and
yeah. No,
and
I'm with
it's
you,
just a
man. I'm with you.
misunderstanding. The people that we need to actually be going off after is the news. We don't need to be beefing with each other. We need to be beefing with the news companies. That's finessing.
And like I was telling you, bro, the story been going. It went viral first on regular news companies. I have people from all over the country start DMing me on Facebook saying, "I saw this on my local news. What the hell? You a scumbag? You this? You that?" And those news companies, they're rewording the title outright to get more views. And I'm like, oh my God. So I reach out to Terry Parker right there and I say, hey, Terry, you got to do right and do a follow up story and get the real story out because you only aired like 2 sentences of mine. Everything I'm telling y'all boys, I
Hmm.
told on the camera, bro. My girl recorded the whole conversation. She got it on her phone. Everything I'm telling y'all boys, I told Terry Parker. They aired none of it, bro. And she told me she was going to air that part. So now I look like the bad guy. I'm like, Terry, I really don't have to do this story. The only reason I'm doing the story is because there are bad deals where people are getting scammed. And Claude was going to spray my name anyway. So I was like, let me just rebut him right there on the camera. And
Yeah,
I got all the documents, the facts to back me that he didn't get scammed. And no one gave him $10 for his house because he never owned it. So that's the whole scam with I'm sorry, not the scam, but the finesse with the news. They just completely lied to me.
yeah.
So now my attorney is handling that though.
But don't worry. By tomorrow morning, I'm gonna do a whole segment on that scumbag news company. Um,
Bro, I was
and
trying to reach
I'll
out.
go after them myself.
I don't know the laws. Like locally, can other news channels report about other news channels? Locally, I don't know. I was gonna go to another media outlet and be like, look, man, this
I'll
is
go
I
after them
have proof.
myself. We don't listen. We ain't got to worry about waiting on nobody to go after them. I'll go after them myself because I think it's unfortunate that they tried to do you like this, and then everything usually just compounds. But I'm glad that y'all was able to jump on the panel and kick it with each other amicably, and
Yeah.
hopefully we squash everything and everything is cool amongst all of us. So
I mean, yeah, I'll take the video down. But like I said, I didn't know who you were my first time seeing you. I think we have mutual associates like Duru. I know you probably know Mark from up here, Whitman.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but yeah, I'll take it down. But honestly, like I didn't know who you were. It's my first time even seeing it for real. So,
I know,
but
dog. See, that's the issue. You don't know me, and you see the news story. You like, what the hell? $10 for 185? It's like, wait a minute, this can't really happen. And then a lot of people think I wholesaled it, and
no,
I'm
it's
like, oh, they're
cool.
giving a
No,
bad
listen,
name to
you cool, bro.
wholesalers.
Listen, you good. You good. We'll figure out how we can get at this news company, and anything you need from me, bro, just let me know and we can rock out.
No, I appreciate you for bringing on me here, man. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm subscribed to both your channels. I watch you on the Peef all the time. Me and my
Thank you,
girl,
man.
we sit back. Yeah, she right
Hey,
here.
you got to ride it down over there too.
You're the
I
real
see.
deal.
He was
But
riding for
yeah,
her. He was riding for her, homie. Yeah, I see you. All
yeah,
right,
man.
listen.
I
Hey,
was like,
Trap.
that
I
was a
appreciate you for coming through, fam. I love you, man. And
I appreciate the love, man.
yeah, man, I love it, bro. I follow all your Instagram stuff and everything. So we gotta us as men and you know, young men and dudes that's doing it and on to come up with these platforms, that's gonna be awesome. I know you Trap, you about to be approaching 100,000 soon. Um,
Salute
we
to
got to
that.
work. We got to figure out how we can
Thank
work
you.
more effectively together when we find out new information that allows us to be able to make more informed decisions. But shout out to you, Trap. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming through, fam.
All right, thanks for the love, man. I'll be
All right, bro.
watching as always.
Yep.
All right, peace out,
All right,
y'all boys.
Carlton. Thanks, bro.
All right.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you then handle this effectively. Now, the question that we have to have, or the conversation that we got to have, and they're gonna sort that out behind the scenes. Usually, what happens is when there's a misunderstanding between men, and then you come to a conclusion that yo, this dude is actually a good dude, or he do good business or whatever. Um, you know, you wind up working with those type of people long term. So I don't want y'all in the chat to sit here and keep trying to create beef amongst them or saying, hey, he should do this or he should do that. They men. They had the conversation. They cool about it. They amicable. We all cool. We all rock out with each other and everything like that. So at this point, it's a moot point. Trap good, Carlton good. We all rock with each other, and we need to be figuring out how we can work with each other, especially the good ones that do good business. Here's the real thing, that because we shouldn't be focusing our energy on who should have say who to what, and none of that. That's dead. Dead it. It's over. It's over. We dead that jump because we exerting our energy on the wrong thing. What we need to be having a conversation about is these bitches right here. We spend so much time beefing with each other, and we don't spend enough time holding these bitches accountable. These motherfuckers are the ones that's pitting y'all against each other and profiting off of the beef. They ain't nothing but they just like the music industry. They just like Jimmy Iovine and all of them that profited off of the East Coast, West Coast beef. And when everybody got done killing each other and they sold a gajillion records and profited off of it, they went on and moved on to the next thing, included, and then they created Beats. Beats by Dre. Come on, y'all, let's think, man. Let's think, man. We need to get out of this holding each other accountable thing, right? When we get new information that then allows us to make more informed decisions, because neither one of them was wrong, and I'm cool with both of them. And we need to start exerting our energy towards this piece of shit. And they think that just because they got the name and just because they a news organization, that they not going to be accountable for it. This is what I challenge y'all to do. All right? This is what I challenge y'all to do. If y'all really about that life and y'all really want to grow and y'all really about this Millionaire Morning Show life and y'all really about independent media, because this is what we do on a regular basis, this is what I want y'all to do. Because this is a rare opportunity that they weren't able to pit us against each other in order to be able to really be able to level up. And this is how we change the narrative of the culture. This is what black culture is supposed to be. This is how we supposed to be moving in love and understanding once you get into new information and peace, and not letting people divide good people. And then we all really good people, but then we all turn into monsters because we spending our energy going at each other. Here's what I challenge y'all to do, all right? Find me the names of these motherfuckers so that we can have a real conversation tomorrow when I land back in Detroit on who the real enemy is. Send me an email, send me emails of who these motherfuckers are that created this narrative, that lied and tried to kill a man's name that didn't even do nothing wrong. Find me their names. Find me the news organization that they work for. And let's have a real party on who the real enemy is that literally tried to finesse this man, set him up for weeks and days on how it was that they can kill his name just so they can get some views. And then they made the story go viral with no... Listen, when we say fraud, these are the real frauds. How is this any different? Let's think about this for a minute, y'all. How is this any different than the woman that just tried to finesse Michael Irvin and kill his name? Except for very rarely do we have a platform where we can come to the front of the congregation and somebody is willing to have a conversation instead of getting views off of all of the negativity. How is this any different than what we just seen from the woman that just tried to finesse Michael Irvin and then ruin his reputation? Come on. When we gonna grow up? When we gonna really start holding accountable the people that need to be held accountable? This news organization, whoever the producers are, the anchors, the people that did the story, all of them. We're going to revisit this tomorrow. We're going to revisit this tomorrow because there's no way that I'm just going to let them get away with trying to kill a man's name, finesse, pit us against each other, unwarranted. Because listen, we don't do business with everybody. Just because you black don't mean that you dope. That's the part of the black culture is trash. This is a rare opportunity that we get to actually find out who's the people that's really pulling the strings behind the scenes and creating this narrative in which we're supposed to be holding each other accountable and making stories go viral just for a few views. Don't worry. More to come on this. I'm not done with them.